Hi there, this is Dr. John Whitcomb talking about news and nutrition, the concept of how to live longer by killing off senescent cells. What does that mean? What we now know is that there's a process of healthy cells in your body becoming old. Now, when they're healthy, stem cells particularly can divide. And they can divide up to about 50 times. That's called the Hayflick limit, which was discovered back in the 1950s. And each time they divide, they get a little older, and their chromosomes get a little degraded. But that's not all that happens. As they get older, they gradually transition from quiescent cells. And a quiescent cell is what's in an organ, doing its function, behaving properly, and waiting for orders. And the orders are time to divide and multiply and duplicate yourself. And you do that when you get to a certain age or a certain senescence. So a quiescent cell is available, healthy, and able to talk. That's characterized in part by mitochondria and nucleus talking to each other in a robust, healthy fashion. A senescent cell, on the other hand, has lost the ability to multiply. It still may be doing its function, it may still be in the organ it is, but it can no longer multiply. It can't reproduce itself. And it starts having unhealthy mitochondria. It starts putting out antioxidants that force it to be inflammatory. It puts out all sorts of signals that it's no longer young and vibrant and healthy. That's senescent. Well, we do know that in the process of getting senescent, many diseases characterize themselves by the target organ having multiple senescent cells in it. Well, can we get rid of those senescent cells? You can. That's what this week's report is about from the Mayo Clinic, just published this week in September of 2019. The researchers took people with advanced kidney disease and gave them a leukemia drug and quercetin. Now, the leukemia drug is used in chronic leukemia, dasatinib, and it was found to be benign and safe to take, and they found that they could show that that combination knocked off a whole bunch of senescent cells, killed them off, make them go through autophagy and kill them and die. As a result, the humans had much less than the 3 days of treatment resulted in 11 days of measurable changes. Now, this reproduces what's been done in mice, where when that was done in mice, the mice lived longer. So now we have a study in humans showing that you can selectively kill off senescent cells. Are there other ways of doing that? Well, yes. It comes down to waking up the conversation between mitochondria and the nucleus. And you do that by stressing them from lack of food, when they don't have enough food to eat. And that happens when you do intense exercise. For example, high-intensity exercise, 4 minutes of go for crazy, CrossFit exercise, or fasting. In fact, we now know that ketones, when you switch from running on glucose to running on ketones, that's a remarkable way of waking up senescent cells and pulling them back into quiescence. Finally, if you can get yourself to make more growth hormone, that'll also do it. So all three of these ways are ways of waking up senescent cells. Now, can you do that with supplements? Actually, you can, and we'll get to that possibly next week. This is Dr. John Whitcomb talking about how to wake up your senescent cells and pull them back into being quiescent, or how to kill them off, which we now know we're learning how to do safely.